"You can't park your old bike here, manager," yelled at the veteran. Then he saw the patch. 72-year-old Vietnam veteran James Hawk Morrison, road-weathered 1972, Harley to upscale Austin restaurant. Manager Marcus Chase blocked entrance screaming, "Remove that eyesore," before seeing vest patches, original Reaper's founder, building owner who'd rented Marcus the space. Sometimes old bikes carry more power than new money understands. Sometimes weathered chrome teaches lessons polished luxury never learns. Day 1, Friday, 6:45 p.m. The Sterling Rose, downtown Austin's newest luxury restaurant occupying ground floor of Morrison Building, 5-story brick structure in Warehouse District, rapidly gentrifying neighborhood where old Austin collided with new money. Marcus Chase, 34-year-old restaurant manager, had opened Sterling Rose 6 months ago with investor backing, targeting wealthy clientele, $200 tasting menus, sommelier curated wine lists, dress code strictly enforced. Marcus glanced at lease renewal papers on his desk. Morrison Properties LLC landlord reminder he needed to read full contract before signing. Later, always later. Too busy with opening? Friday evening rush, reservation list full, valet handling Mercedes and Teslas, Marcus ensuring atmosphere maintenance. 6:43 p.m. Rumble of motorcycle old, loud, paint faded, chrome dull. Marcus's jaw tightened. Wrong aesthetic entirely. Rider dismounted. Elderly man, maybe 70s, worn leather vest over flannel, jeans with oil stains, boots that had weathered decades. Gray beard, moving slowly. Marcus intercepted. "Sir, you can't park that motorcycle here. Valet-only entrance for restaurant patrons." Old man's patient eyes. "I have reservation. Morrison. 7 p.m. table for 12. Morrison. Marcus checked tablet, saw name, didn't connect to building owner. "But sir, that motorcycle, our image standards require vehicles be appropriate. Could you park around back, out of sight?" "Bike's fine where it is. I'll be inside 2 hours." "Sir, that eyesore." Marcus caught himself. "This is luxury establishment. Clients expect standards. Your motorcycle doesn't meet them. If you can't park elsewhere, perhaps you'd be more comfortable at a different restaurant?" Morrison studied Marcus, expression unreadable. "I see. Bike's not good enough." "Exactly. Nothing personal. Just business." Morrison nodded, turned, walked back to motorcycle without word, started engine, rode into evening traffic. Marcus smiled, returned inside. Problem solved. 7:05 p.m. Morrison's reservation time past table for 12, unclaimed prime revenue lost. 7:10 p.m. Deep rumble outside, not one motorcycle, but dozens. Marcus looked through window, stomach dropping. 50 motorcycles pulling in Harleys of every vintage, riders in suits and dress clothes wearing leather vests with patches, Reapers MC, leading them. Morrison on same eyesore, now surrounded by bikes worth $40,000+ each. They parked with military precision, filling spaces systematically. Morrison dismounted, joined by massive man in tailored suit, Kane, current president, elegant woman in dress and vest, Lily, dozen others formerly dressed but clearly motorcycle club. They walked toward entrance. Marcus's assistant whispered, "Boss, that's Reaper's MC, community presence. You might want—" "I'll handle this." Marcus stepped outside before other patrons noticed. "Gentlemen, ladies, we have capacity limits." Morrison spoke quietly. "We have reservation. Morrison party, 12 people, 7 p.m. 15 minutes late because I rode across town gathering family after being turned away from my own building." Marcus's brain caught. "Your building?" Kane stepped forward, pulled business card. James Hawk Morrison, Morrison Properties, LLC. This building, he's owned it 40 years. Your restaurant. You're his tenant. Marcus checked card, legitimate professional property management letterhead, matching lease papers on his desk. The lease, Morrison Properties. Same Morrison. Face went white. Mr. Morrison, I didn't realize you weren't dressed. The motorcycle looked like what? Lily asked. Like it belonged to poor person? I was protecting establishment image by disrespecting your landlord? Kane's voice steel. Morrison raised hand. Marcus, I'm teaching you about image versus substance. My guests and I eat dinner here tonight. You seat us at best table, provide excellent service. Afterward, we talk about respect, assumptions, and what appropriate standards mean. Understood? Marcus nodded, throat dry. Right this way. Marcus seated Morrison party at private room 12 Reapers, all formally dressed, wearing vests with patches indicating military service. Morrison ordered modestly, burger, water. Others followed suit, not showing off, just dining normally. But other patrons whispered, pointed, some leaving early uncomfortable with motorcycle club despite formal attire. Marcus's investor, Sarah Chen, called within 20 minutes. Marcus, Reaper's MC is there? Full colors? What's happening? Under control. We positioned Sterling Rose as luxury, not biker bar. Handle this. Marcus hung up, sweating. He approached Morrison's table during dessert. Mr. Morrison, perhaps we could discuss the earlier misunderstanding privately? Morrison glanced at Kane, nodded. Back office, 10 minutes. But Morrison didn't come alone. Entire 12-person party stood, walked toward office together, formal procession making every patron stop eating and stare. Marcus's assistant whispered, "Call police?" Marcus understood. Calling police on landlord guaranteed lease termination. They filed into office, Morrison taking Marcus's chair, others arranging around room not threatening, but orchestrated power display. Morrison spoke. Marcus, see this patch? Pointed to faded emblem. Vietnam War, 1969-1970, Purple Heart, Bronze Star. I was 19 riding motorcycles through jungle. This one gestured to Kane. Iraq veteran, Lily Army medic, Afghanistan. Every person here served on vehicles you'd call eyesores. He leaned forward. My 1972 Harley, bought when I came home, rode it building construction business from nothing. Every scratch, 40 years working. This building we're in, I built it. 1983. I was contractor, designed, framed, wired, finished it. Marcus's world tilted. Not just landlord, the builder, the founder, the history. Morrison pulled photo from wallet. Younger Morrison on same motorcycle, outside construction site, 1975. You looked at my bike and saw eyesore. I see history. You saw old man in dirty vest. I see veteran who earned patches through blood. You protected image. I built reality underneath your image. Kane added, Reaper's MC runs youth programs, veteran support, homeless outreach. But because we ride motorcycles and wear leather, people assume criminals. Mr. Morrison, I'm truly sorry. Not finished. Morrison's quiet voice. You judged me by motorcycle paint. Asked yourself, does this person deserve basic respect? Answer was no, because bike looked old. Marcus had no defense. Here's what happens. You apologize, publicly. Then you learn. Tomorrow, you spend day with us. See what you dismissed? Then we discuss your lease. My lease? Morrison smiled without warmth. Read the contract you signed, Marcus, especially clause about inclusive environment. We'll discuss tomorrow. Day 1, 8:30 p.m. Local reporter tweeted, Reapers MC confrontation at Sterling Rose over discrimination. Viral within minutes. Marcus's phone exploded, investors demanding explanation, Yelp tanking, reservations canceling. Lead investor Sarah Chen arrived personally, daughter of Vietnamese immigrants, built tech fortune from nothing, understood discrimination intimately, but had grown disconnected from those roots. Marcus, what happened? He explained, showed Morrison's card. Sarah's face paled. We insulted our landlord, the building owner, and Vietnam veteran, and founder of community organization. Sarah sat heavily. My parents came here with nothing after war, faced discrimination everywhere. I built fortune promising I'd never forget. Now I'm investor in restaurant that judges veterans by motorcycles. Her voice cracked. I became what hurt my family. Morrison wants me to learn tomorrow, spend day with reapers. I'm coming too, Sarah decided. I need this lesson more than you do. Day 2, Saturday. Morrison required Marcus and Sarah spend day with Reapers Veterans Center, motorcycle maintenance, hearing stories. Sarah met a Lena Tech executive like herself, rode vintage Triumph, wore Reaper's vest volunteering at shelter. You judge by appearance too? Elena asked Sarah gently. I built company on merit, on proving worth beyond appearance. But I invested in restaurant with dress codes, vehicle requirements, aesthetic standards. I stopped seeing people, started seeing categories. Carlos, high school teacher, Bronze Star recipient, shared, Your restaurant turned away 3 of my students' parents last month. Working class families celebrating graduations. Denied because they rode motorcycles. Those kids saw a message, your parents aren't good enough for nice places. Sarah absorbed impact. Her investment dollars funded discrimination against families like her own parents. What do I do? Sarah asked Morrison. Change or leave. 60-day lease termination clause. I activate it if tenant doesn't align with building values. Day 3, Sunday. Marcus and Sarah met with other investors, 2 partners who'd bankrolled Sterling Rose, demanding explanation. Marcus proposed monthly riders welcome night, discounted meals for motorcycle clubs, veterans. Show we've learned. Investor Tom Rodriguez objected, we spent $400K on build-out. Morrison can't just terminate lease. Sarah pulled out lease contract, read aloud. Tenant maintains inclusive, respectful environment, welcoming to all patrons regardless of appearance, vehicle type, or economic status. Violation constitutes breach. We violated terms, Sarah said quietly. Morrison has legal grounds for immediate termination, but he offered learning opportunity instead. We should take it. Or we sue him, Tom countered. Fight the clause as discriminatory against luxury businesses. Sue a Vietnam veteran for wanting respect? Sarah's voice hardened. Over my dead body, if you pursue lawsuit, I withdraw my investment. Find new lead investor. Tom hired attorney anyway, filed notice claiming lease clause constitutes illegal restriction of business practices. Morrison's response, immediate 30-day eviction notice, breach of contract claim. Sarah called emergency meeting with Marcus. Tom's lawsuit destroys everything. We lose restaurant, lose $400K, become tech investors who sued veteran. My parents will disown me. Marcus saw a deeper problem. Veteran community is organizing boycott not just Sterling Rose, all our properties. Tom doesn't understand. This isn't business dispute, this is cultural war. We're on wrong side. Sarah made decision. I'm buying out Tom and other investor. majority stake. Then I'm implementing Riders Welcome Not Monthly event, permanent policy. And I'm firing you. Marcus's stomach dropped. What? Firing you as employee, Sarah clarified. Hiring you as partner, 30% ownership. If we're doing this, we do it right, but only if you're committed. Marcus faced choice. Accept partnership in restaurant that discriminated, attempt redemption through inclusive policy, risky, or walk away, find clean slate elsewhere, safe. Marcus met Morrison at Reaper's clubhouse, not threatening educational setting. Sarah offered partnership. Sterling Rose rebranded as inclusive restaurant. But Tom's still suing you. I can't be partner in business fighting you in court. What do you want to do? Morrison asked. I want to buy out Tom's stake, but I don't have money. I'm a 34-year-old manager with student loans. Why buy him out? Because defending his lawsuit means defending my own ignorance. I judged you by motorcycle paint, by clothes, by age. Everything you taught me last 2 days, I'd destroy by standing with investors who see only money, not character. Morrison studied Marcus. Takes courage admitting wrong. Most people double down. You're walking away from paycheck to learn, that matters. But it doesn't solve problem. Tom's suing, you're evicting. Sarah's caught between, and I'm jobless with lesson learned but nothing to show for it. Kane spoke. Unless someone who learned lesson gets chance to prove it. Marcus, if you had clean slate, no Tom, no lawsuit, no old mistakes, what restaurant would you build? One where veteran on 1972, Harley gets same respect as banker in Tesla, where working-class families celebrating graduations feel welcome, where luxury means how you treat people, not who you exclude. Morrison smiled. That's restaurant I'd invest in. Within 48 hours, new partnership formed. Morrison, building owner, 10% restaurant ownership, advisor role. Sarah Chen, lead investor, 40% ownership, operational funding. Marcus Chase, managing partner, 30% ownership, day-to-day operations. 4 veteran investors, 20% combined, community connection. Tom Rodriguez, another investor, bought out. Sterling Rose rebranded as Common Ground. Explicit mission, luxury through respect, excellence through inclusion. Grand opening set for Friday, 5 days from initial incident. Day 4. Afternoon. Marcus finalized menu. Sarah handled marketing. Morrison's Reapers network spread word. But Sarah discovered problem. Tom's bitter about buyout. He's spreading rumors we're dangerous biker establishment, gang-friendly restaurant. Conservative news outlets picking up story. Some reservations canceling. How many? Marcus asked. 30% of opening night bookings were half empty for launch. Morrison suggested, invite Tom. Opening night. Personal invitation. Show him what we built. He'll sabotage from inside, Sarah protested. Or he'll learn, Morrison countered. Like you did, like Marcus did. Everyone deserves opportunity to see past prejudice. Marcus made decision. I'm sending invitation, handwritten. If he comes, great. If not, we move forward. Opening day. Marcus arrived 6 a.m. to find graffiti on windows. Biker trash restaurant. Security footage showed 3 individuals sent by Tom retaliating. Repair costs, $8,000. Delays opening day setup. Sarah wanted to press charges. He's sabotaging us. But Marcus remembered Morrison's teaching. Fighting proves nothing. Revenge continues cycle. We respond by opening on time, serving excellently, proving respect works. They cleaned graffiti themselves, Marcus, Sarah, Morrison, Kane, dozen Reapers volunteers working together. By 5 p.m., windows clean, restaurant ready. 6 p.m., doors opened. First guests arrived. Tom Rodriguez with wife and 2 business associates accepting invitation, arriving to judge. Sarah whispered to Marcus, "He's here to find fault, write terrible review, destroy us before we start." Marcus took deep breath. "Then we serve him perfectly. Show him what inclusion looks like. No resentment, no judgment, just respect." Tom sat at prominent table, ordered extensively, testing service, looking for mistakes, noting everything. Other guests arrived. Mix of Reapers members in formal wear, neighborhood families, some wealthy regulars from Sterling Rose curious about rebrand, working-class couples riding motorcycles. Dining room filled with diverse crowd Marcus had never imagined together. Surgeon beside construction worker, tech executive beside teacher, millionaire beside veteran on disability, all sharing space, all treated identically. Tom watched, taking notes, expression unreadable. What would he write? Opening night, 7:30 p.m., common ground buzzed with energy, cacophony of laughter mixing with silverware on plates, leather creaking as Reapers members leaned back in chairs, motorcycle engines rumbling outside as new guests arrived, air thick with aromas of garlic and wine and aged whiskey. Marcus moved through room, feeling texture of moment, smooth linen napkins, rough calloused hands of veterans shaking his, cool glass of water he carried to elderly couple who'd ridden Honda 40 miles for opening. Tom Rodriguez sat observing, wife whispering commentary, business associates scribbling notes. Sarah approached their table during dessert. "Tom, what do you think?" Tom surveyed room impossible scene by Sterling Rose standards, teenager in Metallica shirt beside woman in Chanel, mechanic with oil-stained hands beside lawyer in $3,000 suit, all dining peacefully. "I think," Tom paused, "I think we were wrong. Not just about lease dispute, about business philosophy. You're making this work." "It's not just working," Sarah said. "Watch." She pointed to corner table, wealthy couple who'd been Sterling Rose regulars, now dining beside Reapers members, engaged in animated conversation about mutual love of vintage vehicles. "That's luxury," Sarah said. "Not exclusion, connection." Morrison joined them, motorcycle boots heavy on wooden floor. "Tom, you wrote terrible things about us this week. Called us gang-affiliated, dangerous, inappropriate. You vandalized our opening." Tom's face reddened. "I was angry." "Anger from fear," Morrison interrupted gently. "Fear that inclusive model threatens your profits. But look around. We're full. Reservation list for next month is packed. You thought respecting everyone meant losing wealthy clients. Reality? Wealthy clients respect authenticity." Morrison pulled something from vest pocket, small wrapped box. "Tom, I'm 72, Vietnam veteran. Built this building with these hands. Held up weathered palms. Every business I've owned, every property I've managed, I've had one rule: respect what you don't understand. Your generation, you understand profit. But you've forgotten respect costs nothing and earns everything." He handed box to Tom. "Open it." Inside, vintage motorcycle key on simple chain. "That's key to my 1972 Harley. The eyesore Marcus tried to hide. I'm trusting you, person who vandalized my investment, with something irreplaceable, not because you've earned it, because I'm teaching you that trust builds bridges, prejudice burns." Tom held key with shaking hands, tears starting. "I don't deserve, none of us deserve grace," Morrison said quietly. "We receive it anyway. Then we extend it to others. That's how cycles break." 6 months later, Common Ground became Austin's most successful restaurant, not despite inclusive policy, but because of it. Revenue exceeded Sterling Rose projections by 40%. Customer loyalty unprecedented. Staff retention perfect. Waiting list 3 months long. Marcus and Sarah launched First Impressions training program teaching hospitality industry about unconscious bias, how respect increases profitability. Tom Rodriguez became unexpected ally using his business connections to promote program, speaking at conferences about how veteran taught me luxury means respect. Morrison's weathered Harley remained displayed at restaurant entrance, permanent reminder that appearance doesn't indicate worth. Food critics wrote, "Common Ground succeeds not by lowering standards, but by raising understanding of what standards mean." 1 year later, Marcus stood at program graduation for 50 hospitality workers who'd completed First Impressions training. Sarah addressed graduates. "Year ago, I was an investor who'd forgotten my immigrant parents' struggles. I funded restaurant that discriminated. Morrison could have destroyed us legally. Instead, he taught us. That grace, that choice to educate rather than punish, changed everything." Morrison's 73rd birthday, celebrated at Common Ground with 200 guests, reapers, veterans, community leaders, Tom Rodriguez and family. Marcus presented gift, refurbished 1972 Harley part original chrome piece, professionally restored. "Your bike taught me more than business school ever did." Every scratch told story. "I had this one piece restored not to erase history, but honor it. To remember that old, worn, weathered doesn't mean worthless. It means experienced, tested, proven." Morrison attached chrome piece that evening, rode home on machine that looked same one shiny part among weathered hole. "Why not restore entire bike?" Kane asked. "Because bike's perfect as it is," Morrison replied. "Like people, we don't need restoration, we need respect." Tom, present for celebration, added quietly, "And sometimes we need someone to show us what respect looks like, even when we don't deserve it, especially then." 1 year after opening, First Impressions program reached 200-plus restaurants in Texas, hospitality industry adopting respect-based models, dress codes eliminated at luxury establishments. Marcus opened second Common Ground location, each partnered with veteran investors, each explicitly inclusive. Morrison's 1972 Harley became symbol, photographed by thousands, weathered machine teaching more than polished luxury ever could. Reporter asked at anniversary, "Some critics still say old motorcycle as restaurant symbol is low class. Your response?" Marcus smiled. "Year ago, I said that bike was eyesore, tried to hide it from customers, disrespected veteran owner. That ignorance cost me original restaurant, nearly cost career. Morrison taught me old bikes carry more power than new money understands. That bike, it's not eyesore. It's monument to most important lesson I've learned: judge character, not chrome. Value history, not shine. Respect what you don't understand, because that old bike carried more power than all our new money combined." Sometimes old bikes carry more power than new money understands. Sometimes weathered chrome teaches lessons polished luxury never learns. And sometimes 72-year-old veteran teaching arrogant manager about respect creates bigger impact than any lawsuit achieves, proving that education defeats ignorance, inclusion beats exclusion, and weathered machines carry wisdom polished chrome never earns. The wisdom to see worth beyond appearance, value beyond price, and power in respect that no amount of money can purchase.